word leader, it's easy for your first thought to be about the skills and talents of leadership. While skills are very important, there's a greater aspect of leadership, and arguably it's the greatest attribute of a leader. That's character. Character is ground zero, the foundation of healthy, impactful leadership. People in your small group will respect you more and follow you further because of your character more than other skills. Now, skills and spiritual gifts are important to leading small group, and we intend to help you grow and equip you in those to lead well. However, we, like Jesus, are more concerned with your heart than your skill set. We believe we will have strong small group leadership with people of strong character. That doesn't mean perfection, by the way. It means people who are pursuing the heart of Jesus daily. We want to point out 4 key characteristic traits of a leader in Romans 12, 9 through 21 that are good for small group leaders to grow in and exhibit. This passage basically lists out the marks or identifiers of a Jesus follower. We've taken all these verses and summed them up in 4 key statements. You can think of them as this. The 4 chambers of a leader's heart. The first chamber is found in Romans 12, 9 through 10. Let love be without hypocrisy. Detest evil. Cling to what is good. Love one another deeply as brothers and sisters. Outdo one another in showing honor. The first chamber of a leader is, number 1, genuine love is more important than genius level knowledge. Maybe the most common insecurity as a small group leader is the worry that you don't have all the answers to all the questions your members will have. First off, if you think that the solution to that is sending you to seminary, we ain't got the budget for that. Secondly, I went to seminary and I still have questions that are tough to answer or need to do more research on. The reason I bring this up though is that insecurity distracts from what matters more than knowledge. That is how well we love people, authentically caring for them. What I'm about to say is cliche but true. People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. That stands true for small group leadership too. How well you love your small group members, treating them like family, showing honor towards them, clinging to do good by them is far more significant than the questions that you answer. Small group is to look like a family, not a classroom anyways, right? Speaking of looking like family, let's look at the second chamber of a leader's heart. Number 2, diligence deepens relationships. Romans 12, 11 through 15 says, do not lack diligence and zeal. Be fervent in spirit. Serve the Lord. Rejoice in hope. Be patient in affliction. Be persistent in prayer. Share with the saints their needs. Pursue hospitality. Bless those who persecute you. Bless and do not curse. Rejoice with those who rejoice. Weep with those who weep. Paul calls us not to slack on being diligent in zeal. What are we to be zealous or passionate about? Well, simply the 2 greatest commandments Jesus ever gave us, loving God and loving others. We are to be diligent in our relationships. And these verses speak to being intentionally involved in the lives of others, specifically your small group members. Rejoice when they rejoice, being with them in mourning, always choosing to be a blessing to them. The expectation is to not just see them once a week, and it is also to not the other extreme of discipling them one-on-one outside of your small group every single week. The expectation of diligence is for you to know your small group members on a personal level and to lead them in a way where they are to be diligent to do life in friendship with one another. Diligence in our character and leadership comes easier when we realize how diligently Jesus pursues a relationship with us. The third chamber of a leader's heart is this. Number 3, humility creates harmony. Romans 12, 16 through 17 reads, live in harmony with one another. Do not be proud. Instead, associate with the humble. Do not be wise in your own estimation. Do not repay anyone evil for evil. Give careful thought to do what is honorable in everyone's eyes. A humble heart is not proud or a know-it-all. Pride can distance people from you, and a know-it-all attitude can have a no one at all to tell it to. Humility, on the other hand, gains respect, builds relationship, and is contagious in a good way to your group. It creates harmony where pride can cause hurt. An important thing to understand is that humility begins with the understanding of how humble that Jesus is. He showed humility in how he loved us enough to step out of heaven to come and live a perfect life to be our sacrifice. In his humble love and disposition towards us, He created harmony with us and between us. Always reflect and remind yourselves of Jesus' undeserving love towards you, and you will carry humility in your attitude towards others that sparks a beautiful harmony. Think about your favorite band. If you've ever had the opportunity to see them in concert, you watch them play their different instruments and sing together with such incredible harmony. That same harmony can be had in a small group when we lead with humility. The final chamber of a leader's heart that Paul speaks to in this passage is number 4, peacemakers bring freedom. Romans 12:18-21 says, "If possible, as far as it depends on you, live at peace with everyone. Friends, do not avenge yourselves. Instead, leave room for God's wrath, because it is written, 'Vengeance belongs to me. I will repay,' says the Lord. But if your member is hungry, feed him. If he is thirsty, give him something to drink. For in doing so, you will be reaping fiery coals on his head. Do not be conquered by evil, but conquer evil with good." It would be naive to think that there will never be tough situations or issues in a small group that disrupt peace in the group. Why? Because small groups are made of people, including the leader, that are a work of grace in progress. The key is to have that always in mind as a healthy expectation for the group, while at the same time pursuing peace yourselves. Ultimately, we can be at peace in every moment and every situation that life throws at us because of the eternal assurance that we have in Jesus. It doesn't mean we can't have bad days, feel angry, be sad, make mistakes, but it does mean with that peace, we will respond differently. We remind ourselves of the peace that gives us freedom, and we choose to bring that peace and the freedom to situations in our group, to see reconciliation happen, chains broken, and restlessness stilled. As we end this session on character, it's good to be reminded of what God says to Samuel when looking for a king to lead Israel. "But the Lord said to Samuel, 'Do not look on his appearance or the height of his stature, because I have rejected him. For the Lord does not see as man sees. Man looks on the outward appearance, but the Lord looks at the heart.'" When your leadership is characterized with the 4 chambers, love, diligence, humility, and peace, you will lead well and see your group follow your lead. And no, we on staff are praying for your character and walks all the time. We don't expect perfection, but a grace-filled, patient pursuit after the heart of Jesus. We also want you to know we want to walk with you, invest in you, and always be here to listen as you're growing with the Lord.